Welcome to Wanderer's Odyssey of Wonders. Today, we uncover the surprising history of betta fish. Long before betta fish became the colorful aquarium icons we know today, they were feared, admired, and bred as fighters, much like gladiators of ancient Rome. This is the story of how a tiny fish became the Cane Corsos of the fish world. Powerful, brave, and eventually breathtakingly beautiful. Betta fish evolved naturally in the wild millions of years ago, but humans first began domesticating them in the early 1800s. They lived in shallow rice paddies, floodplains, and slow-moving waters across Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam, environments where oxygen was scarce. To survive these harsh conditions, betta fish evolved something extraordinary, the labyrinth organ, which allows them to breathe air directly from the surface. This adaptation made them resilient survivors, territorial, independent, and fearless. Male betta fish are naturally aggressive toward other males. This behavior wasn't taught by humans. It was shaped entirely by nature. Ancient Siamese communities noticed this trait and began selectively breeding the most aggressive males. Just like ancient civilizations bred fighting dogs such as the Cane Corso, betta fish were bred for strength, endurance, and intimidation. Betta fights were not about instant death. They were tests of stamina, sometimes lasting for hours, with people betting on which fish would outlast the other. By the mid-1800s, betta fighting had become so popular that King Rama III of Siam officially regulated it. Fights were taxed, breeding lines were controlled, and prized bettas were exchanged among nobles. In the year 1840, the king even gifted betta fish to foreign diplomats. That single act introduced betta fish to Europe and quietly changed their destiny forever. When betta fish reached France and Germany in the late 1800s, Western aquarists saw something different. They didn't see fighters. They saw potential. A French aquarist named Pierre Carbonnier became the first person to successfully breed betta fish in captivity around the late 1890s. He proved that bettas could be bred without fighting, focusing instead on calmer temperaments, longer fins, and visual appeal. Without Pierre Carbonnier, betta fish may never have become aquarium pets. As controlled breeding advanced, aggression slowly reduced, while colors became brighter and fins longer, generation after generation. Wild betta fish were never solid red or metallic blue. Those colors were created by humans, slowly and deliberately. Metallic blue and metallic green bettas emerged through selective breeding in Thailand and Cambodia during the early to mid-1900s. Their shimmering appearance comes from guanine crystal layers in their scales, which reflect light like armor. Metallic green is rarer and closer to wild ancestry, while metallic blue became the most visually striking. Solid red bettas appeared later, around the 1940s and 1950s, primarily in Europe and the United States. Breeders isolated red pigment genes while removing iridescent traits. True solid red bettas never existed in nature. They were entirely human-created. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, breeders in Thailand achieved a major breakthrough, the Halfmoon Betta. By selectively breeding fin ray branching, they created a perfectly symmetrical tail that spreads a full 180 degrees. The half-moon became the crown jewel of ornamental bettas, symmetry replacing savagery. In 1910, betta fish were officially named Betta splendens, splendens meaning splendid or magnificent, a name reflecting beauty rather than battle. Today, betta fish are one of the most selectively bred aquarium species in the world. No genetic modification is involved, only careful selection across generations. Some bettas, like marble varieties, can even change color during their lifetime. Major breeding hubs now exist in Thailand, Indonesia, and Vietnam, continuing to push betta evolution forward. So when you look at a betta fish today, you're not just seeing a beautiful aquarium pet. You're seeing power shaped by nature, bravery forged by history, and elegance refined by humans. The Cane Corsos of the fish world, small in size, legendary in spirit. If you enjoyed this journey, leave a comment and subscribe to Wanderer's Odyssey of Wonders for more curious stories from around the world.